on the online.
So we're back, guys. Casey did an amazing job hosting the panel, but we have a very special guest
all I did
here.
was try not to mess it up.
No, you did fantastic. You did fantastic. But we have a very special guest jumped in to join us. Ross Marquand, of course, from everything, The Walking Dead, but like so much more. I love Invincible.
It's amazing, man. The American Dad, Robot Chicken, the work you do is great. Thank you. Your Indiana Jones probably closest I've heard.
Oh, right.
Doing actual Indiana Jones.
Nice.
You created a huge fight between us and Endgame.
Oh,
because I swore it was Hugo Weaving.
Okay.
And he was like, no, it's Ross Marquand. I was like, I know you were an impressionist, but I'm like, there's no way. That's not.
I thought the fight was like, I didn't like his performance at all.
No, great, man.
Okay, cool. Awesome. No, it was funny. I don't know if it was a scheduling conflict or what, but they reached out to Hugo to try to make it work, and it just wasn't. It didn't work out for whatever reason. And they reached out to my manager and said, "Does Ross do a Hugo Weaving impression?" And I just wrote it back. I'm like, which Hugo Weaving? Like, he's the master of accents. I mean, he does British, Australian, American, German, and I need some like guidance as far as what you want. Because I could do like Agent Smith or whatever, but like that, if that's not what you're looking for, give me some parameters. And they were like, well, we can't really say what it's for, but we're kind of hoping you can do like a German Hugo Weaving. And I was like, Red Skull? And they're like, oh, we can't really say it. And I was like, you know about Red Skull? And then I just watched Captain America: First Avenger a few times and really got it in my head. And then I was just like, boom, I'm going to send it over, and it worked. So, I mean, they were like, yeah, you got it. I was like, God, what is it? What is this? Like, right up until I was there, like, they literally just like, we can't tell you what this is. It's like, it was super secret, so. You got to give Marvel credit. Like, they do not tell you anything.
That's effective because when you watch it, like I'm still saying, like that's Hugo Weaving.
Oh man,
get the voice.
Thank you. Well, that's good. We wanted to make sure that people weren't taken out of the movie and asking, well, who's that? I don't know who that voice is. It doesn't sound good. I really wanted to make sure it sounded enough like him so that people would just like enjoy the performance and not be thinking about who's behind the cape and everything. But I remember the Russo, I think it was Anthony, I think Russo was like, I want you to, because I was trying to do like a straight impression of him from the first one. And he was like, no. He's like 84 years older. He's much more like broken. We want you to play like, imagine if Yoda and Red Skull came together. And he's like a really broken Yoda. And I was like, oh, okay. I was like, because I was doing the more like higher pitch, like Captain America, it's like, what you're doing here, there are no flags, almost like Arnold Schwarzenegger, it's very Arnold, but a little bit deeper, what you're doing here. And then they're like, no, it's just like really a broken man. And I was like, got it. I can do that. I'm broken.
So I want to talk about all your stuff, but I know you limit out time, of course. But how do you do that? Like, I ask him how he does it. Like, I'm a layman. I don't know. I don't do any impressions.
I mean, I always joke that I stay home a lot, but it's true. I do stay home a lot, and I talk to myself a lot, which is probably not ideal for my mental health. I mean, people are always like, "Are you talking to someone?" Like, yes, I am. I'm always talking to myself, So I don't know if that's good or bad, but like it's just repetition. It's like music, If you just want to emulate something, you play it over and over again. And some voices just come to you. Like John C. Reilly, I remember I had auditioned for Wreck-It Ralph, the video game. And they were like, can you do John C. Reilly? I've never tried John C. Reilly. This was like 8 years ago, I'm going to say. I was like, John C. I don't know. There's John C. It like came out of nowhere. I was like, what? How did that just pop? Because I've never tried it. And then all of a sudden, in the moment of like needing to, they were like, we need you to go over there right now to Nickelodeon or Disney or whatever, and like, we need you to audition right now. And I was like, I don't know if I can do that. Wow, there it is, yeah. And I don't think it was like there where they needed it to be at that point, but it was close enough where they called me back for Wreck-It Ralph 2. and I did a lot of his ADR for the episode.
Awesome.
So, weird stuff, man.
That's crazy. Yeah, it is one of those weird things. That's what I talk about. It's always about being alone, repetition, hearing it over and over again, and then just trying to play with your face, play with your voice. You know, air in weird places.
It's like we are all kind of woodwind instruments, you know. So if like a clarinet or whatever, like you push pressure on certain parts. Like James Gandolfini, rest in peace. Like I always tell people, like if you try to do it, you gotta sit forward on your neck. Because he always, what are you doing here? Hey, whoa, you spit through a nose. What are you doing? I'll break your freaking legs. Come here. You know, like you gotta sit on your toe. Yeah. You can't do Gandolfini from back here. It's not gonna sound right. You can sit right here. Hey, what are you doing there? I'm gonna break your legs. You know, it comes. It's a woodwind instrument.
Seeing how you kind of change that, even when you went back, it was almost like more De Niro.
Oh,
you know, he does like kind of like.
Thank you very much.
It's very good.
Thank you very much. That's good. That's good. Yeah.
Oh my God! This opening out.
How you doing, Tito? Oh, this. Okay.
Jokes. Very nice. We were guys just hanging out. Like I always loved how you could do it. I do none. I just try, and I fail miserably.
Okay.
But we would sit in the bars, and it would just be okay. Let's try and sell something to the bar. And it's just like we think it could be any random thing, and then like we're trying to sell it, and I'm like Nicholson, okay. And then there's always a lot of fun.
Oh yeah, he busted out a Jack out there. It was real good. Real nice.
Oh, nice, nice. Wow. Dude, I like that. That's really nice.
Well, and then you can make a Christian Slater just go a little bit higher and stop it right over.
I've been saying this for years. I'm so glad Christian Slater has been copying Jack in his entire career. No one said anything. No one said anything. I mean, I love Christian Slater. That is one of my favorite movies of all time. And I actually love him in Mr. Robot. He's great. But he's like, he's just kind of like, hey, basically doing Jack Nicholson.
Take the guy and
it's like, no one's gonna call you out. Like it's never done. I'm so glad we're talking about this. No one ever done. You are good for folks. Yeah, right. No, honestly, Christian Slater would love you.
Yeah, it's amazing. If I could do it, I would. Yeah. Hey, who are you gonna be, Casey? I'm gonna ride the coattails of Ross Marquand.
But I wonder if he actually does just talk like that. I wonder if that's. It might just be that's his real speaking voice.
It might be. It also might be one of those things where he emulated it for so long, he fell into it and became it.
Maybe. I mean, it is funny because I know my voice is very close to my dad's voice, and it does beg the question, like, whoever your the person that you were like most close to growing up, maybe he watched a lot of Nicholson films. You know, you never know. It could just be that got really subconscious, and then he's like, "Well, let's I talk now," you know. And it's like,
good thing I never started talking like Casper Van Dien.
Is that how you
watch Starship Troopers way too much?
Gotcha. He's got a good voice.
He's got a great voice.
Yeah, Seth Gilliam.
Yeah.
He talks about that movie a lot.
Really?
I always love hearing his stories about that. It's like Paul Verhoeven apparently was like a force, a straight up force to be reckoned with, like in a good way. But just like he was very demanding of his actors, but he wouldn't do anything that he wouldn't ask them to do anything that he wouldn't do himself.
That's great.
And apparently he was like a hoot to work with. So yeah,
that's awesome.
That was one of my. I'm glad you grew. 1997, right?
Yes, sir.
That's one of my favorites.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping that we're there, but it's not all stars.
No, I know you do.
Doogie Howser.
Doogie, exactly. Yes.
Dude,
I'm loving it.
Yeah, it was a good move. That's why I'm glad you watched.
But yeah, with everything you got going on, I mean, Walking Dead coming to an end. Congratulations, man. 10 seasons.
Thank you.
It's truly amazing. You were fantastic as Aaron.
Thank you.
So, how does that feel like such an epic show with such a huge reach kind of coming to a close?
I was a fan before I got on it, so like I watched every single episode, and I'll never forget. Like I still don't have cable, so I have to wait until it's on Netflix. So I watched all season 3, and then I was talking to a friend about it one day. I was like, "Hey, have you seen season 4 of it?" They're like, "Oh, dude, it's amazing. You got to watch it." I'm like, "Oh, cool," because I haven't seen any of it, and I just caught up on season 4, binge watched it all in like a weekend. And I was like, dude, and to this day, like, season 4 is my favorite season of the entire show. And I was just like, I love what the direction the show is going in. And then, like, 2 weeks after that, I got the call to audition. And, like, I had already given up acting at that point. I decided to quit acting and pursue photography and writing and art. I love painting and drawing. And I was going to move to New York, and I was going to just give it up. My friend Dean was going to take over my place in LA, and I was going to take over same rent, but I was going to be living in like a 3 or 4 bedroom place with my roommates, paying the exact same amount of rent for what I was getting in LA. And I was like, damn, New York is expensive. But it's just weird how life, I would tell on the panel, but like, just weird how life works out. And to answer your question, sorry, it's bittersweet, right? Because it's like, it's the show that literally changed my life, but it's also, I think we've told a lot of great story on that show, and I feel like it's good that we're giving it 24 episodes because we need to. We want to wrap it up nicely, and I feel like we're giving the fans the respect they deserve to wrap it up in a way that will be, I think, pleasing for everybody.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
That's really good. So, one last question, because I know you got to get going.
Yeah.
Do you have a preference, voiceover or acting?
Man, I go back and forth on this because I love getting into a character, portraying it, seeing it come to life when you watch it. I hate watching myself on screen, but I like watching the things that I'm in. To what you were saying earlier, like, I do love voiceover because you can be anybody. Like, and Brian was talking about it on the panel, it's like, however they see you, that's how they're going to see you. And you are, whether you like it or not, you are going to come into every audition with this body attached to you. But like for Invincible, Robert Kirkman was like throwing these characters at me, like, can you do this? And I was like, sure, what do you want me to sound like? And he's like, I don't know. Maybe like Jeff Bridges, but underwater. And I was like, okay. Aquarius becomes underwater. This is how he sounds. I was like, oh, cool. I mean, like, and just being able to come up with characters on the fly like that, that's what I love. Because I don't have to be this, and I think I have a very, like, boring, droll voice in real life. It's kind of like just kind of mundane. That's how I'm always going to be. But when I can be in voiceover in the booth, I can be anybody. And that's what so that's what I love. That's awesome.
You got to show me McConaughey.
You got McConaughey? All right.
So sometimes, man. So what we're going to do is after we wrap up here, we're probably going to head down to the party, have a little barbecue, see what you're interested in, maybe hang out for a little bit, visit some of the family. Take your shirts off, kind of bit.
Hey, man, you got to do, listen, you got to let the gun breathe, You got to let these bad boys out, Because if you're inside all the time, you're not experiencing life, You got to get out there, you got to really just let the air just hit your skin. It's nice.
Right through the hair, man. Just let it all breathe.
Get a good breathe, man.
This has truly been amazing.
We gotta have our own show.
This is right.
It's pretty fun, man.
This week, McConaughey. It's just you two talking about it.
That would be fun. That's gonna Matt Squared.
I like it.
I like it. Squared. We could come up with a better title than that.
Obviously, Eminem.
Hey,
Eminem.
I'm telling you right now, I produced this show.
Yeah, let's do it.